Hello, everybody. Thank you so much to Neb Chupin for joining us today, one of the stars of the upcoming movie Mindcage. Thank you, Neb, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Yes, thank you.
Tell us a bit, what's been the main element in Dr. Loesch's character and the movie in general that fascinates you the most and drew you to join Mindcage?
Mindcage is a fascinating movie. It's I don't know if I should talk about what happened, but Dr. Loesch is taking care of his patient, and I I took this role as a caring role for my patient. And in the beginning, I didn't want to give too much information about my patient to the detectives, but then I had to. So I had to cooperate with them because there was strange thing happening in the movie. I mean, people were dying, and my patient was responsible for it in some way. Everybody suspected, but nobody knew how if he is locked in the prison. So that was a big question.
Yeah. And if you had to describe the movie in just 3 words, how would you describe it? Which ones would you use?
Um, Innovating detective story that all comes down to the end. At the end
Interesting.
is like you got to wait until the end to really realize what's going to happen, because it's very confusing, but very interesting. It's an amazing cast. I mean, the actors. I'm the fifth actor in the cast, so I'm not that much in. But the whole movie ends on my role and on my character when somebody else gets inside of me, and then I start talking his voice, and that's how the movie ends. And it reveals the last 5 minutes is really interesting detective story. Yeah.
It will be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to watch it. And
Okay.
for you, on the acting side, on the acting point of view, what's been the biggest challenge in portraying Dr. Loich?
Well, the director wanted me to be more official, very crude person, and I wanted to portray it differently. I wanted to portray it, but what he said, I did. I was very in the suit, always serious, and for me, it was the most difficult um learn the last lines of how John Malkovich talks, because he was talking through me. So I had to learn exactly how he speaks so that my mouth matches his voice. That was really tough.
Yeah,
And you can see that at the end. At the end of the movie, my lips are opening just exactly the way that John Malkovich was dictating to me, you know. That was tough.
yeah. And if we had to like talk about the environment on set while filming this movie, and you had to work alongside great actors like Martin Lawrence and John Malkovich, and how would you describe your experience working with them and with the crew on set?
But the crew on the set was very professional. It was during the pandemic, so it was very hard. We had a shutdown for a few days. Um, it was really hard at some point. It's really hard to shoot a movie during the pandemic. We forgot already what it's like. But and then working with John Malkovich was amazing. He's a great actor. He gave me a few tips. He's also from Croatia originally, like I am. So we immediately found the common ground, and I had few scenes with him, but most of the scenes I had with the main character, Melissa Roxburgh, and
Yeah.
she's #1 manifest on Netflix. Yes.
Yeah, and how is it like for you to build the relationship on screen with her?
We had a lot of scenes together, so she was very professional. She actually had a really tough job because she was carrying the movie. So she was almost every day working, and I give her a lot of respect for so much hard work. and always on time and never feel tired and very professional. And she did a great job. I mean, she does it every day. She's in Manifest, you know.
Yeah, that's really beautiful to hear. And now a little fun question that we always ask to the
Okay.
people we're interviewing, and considering we're talking about Mindcage, it's on the Mindcage universe. If you had the chance to play any other character on the movie, apart from Dr. Loesch, which other character would you like to play and why?
Well, John Malkovich's character was very, very um, attractive to portray because he is an artist. He is the way he talks, the way he portrays, and he plays with the detectives all the time. He's playing the games with them. He's trying to outsmart them. He's putting them on a wrong lead, and he is like really showing a lot of craft. And that would be the one that I would be challenged, and I would really like to take that. The other ones are more detective ones. I think that the main role of the main female detective that Melissa Roxburgh was portraying, I think that's perfect for her. She did. I mean, she does it in Manifest, so it was perfect. And it's good to have a female leading role because she, at the end, outsmarted him.
Yeah.
And at the end, we will see when we watch the movie.
And throwing back instead to the origins of your career as an actor, how did the passion for acting come about in your life?
Well, I always wanted to be in movies, and then when I immigrated to America, I was already I had to do other things. I had to be an engineer and do other things. So when I had the chance to go on a movie to the acting classes, I felt a huge offload of pressure. Like these acting classes, when you go to take acting classes, I started in Boston back in 1999, and I felt amazing relief of my soul. Like I could take everything out in the class for 3 hours, and you feel so fulfilled when you exit the class. You feel amazing. Like for us actors, when we do a role, when we are somebody else, this is the biggest relaxation for me because I worked 10 years in America, all kinds of jobs to survive. Then I worked in engineering, then I worked in business. So I really needed something for relaxing,
Yeah.
hobby. So this hobby became now a profession. So now I'm doing this uh, because it's happening right now. I mean, I love it.
Yeah, I totally feel what you're saying because I have a friend of mine who's taking acting classes these days. So he's telling me how relaxing this whole thing is
Mhm.
for him. So I totally feel what you're saying.
Yes.
And if you had to give some advice to people, young people who are trying to pursue this career, acting career, or a career in entertainment in general, what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, you first have to love it because you have to love it so much that you're willing to wait all day for just 1 minute of your showtime, right? So once you love it and you know that you love this, then you have to find a way how to get jobs. You first have to get some classes so you're not embarrassed when you go to the when you come to for example to the movie set, and you're not going to be casted if you don't have any experience. So I think you have to find a way. What's your usual, like, what's the unique way about you that you can add value?
Yeah.
And for everybody had a different way. If somebody has a really good voice and can sing, he can go through singing. If somebody has other skills, can do through that. Or if I started through producing. Um, when I came to LA, everything started happening to me because that's the place to be. So I started collaborating with my colleagues, and we started doing small student films. And this is how my career started. We were doing it alone by ourselves. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Neb. It's been really a pleasure for me to chat with you.
And I have one more advice. The
Yeah,
best way to start a career is to do a short movie. This is how I started. Short movie, it's cheap to do. You go to a lot of festivals and you get the same credits as if you do a feature film.
that's right.
And this is how like my first short movie was The Final Stop, and we picked up a lot of awards at the festivals. And then I was portraying a worried father. And then next 3 or 4 roles I got as a worried father, because I showed them my reel, I showed them my movie. I said, yeah, I want that. So that's my advice.
That's really a great advice. I think many of our readers will take inspiration from it. I'm sure of it. And
Okay.
thank you so much. As I said before, it's been a pleasure. And let's remind people that Mindcage is coming out next January, if I'm right.
It's coming this Friday, actually Saturday, on December 16.
Oh, great.
In the
And
US. No, I don't know when it's coming to Europe.
okay, so we'll take an update on that, and yeah, good luck with all your upcoming projects. And I'm really excited to watch the movie. It's really interesting.
Thank you, Chiara. Have a good day.
Have a good day as well. Thank you.
Bye bye.